First of all, just congratulations on 1 year at the club. How's it feel now?
Yeah, listen, it's been terrific. It's been a really fast year, but overall I've loved every minute of it.
I know we've spoken a few times about your time at the club, but could you have imagined your first year going as well as it has?
No, but again, it's football. On a daily basis, we put in the work to try and get the rewards, and like I say, since I've come in over a year, I think there's been a lot of progression in the right direction, and you can see that where the team are so far this season at the top end of the table, and that's where we want to be. Whether we can maintain that's another matter. We'll see where we go. But I think over the piece, I think the year's been really positive.
Just looking back to the start, what was it that first attracted you to the club?
I wanted an opportunity to try and be my own person, my own man. I had a terrific job at Livingston, and I'll always be appreciative of Davey and Livingston for giving me that opportunity. But you always want to test yourself, and I thought, when is the right time? I could easily have stayed at Livingston and been in a comfort zone, but you want to take yourself out of that comfort zone, and you need to push yourself, and I thought it was the ideal opportunity. And when I applied, I didn't think for a minute I'd got the job, so it was more as well, put your CV in and get experience of getting interviews with board members to give you that experience going forward. But when I was given the opportunity to manage Greenock Morton, it was a no-brainer, and it was one that I thought, yep, this is the one for me.
The club was in a tough spot when you first came in. You obviously would have had confidence in yourself to come in and change things, but you must be pleased with how much things have changed both on and off the pitch.
Yeah, listen, I didn't really look too much into where the club were when I first came in. I know obviously they were in a really poor position, bottom of the table, 13 points after 18 games. It wasn't pretty looking at. But you have to have confidence in yourself to go in and make changes and make things better, and I always believed myself. And like I say, I had watched the team a couple of times, had done a lot of research, and I knew there was good players in the building. It was just about maybe changing one or two things, and like I said, inherited everyone, the staff and the players. I only came in myself, but it didn't bother me. You want that opportunity, and like I say, for day one, I've got to give a lot of praise, especially to Andy Millen. He's been different class, a real calming influence on myself. But listen, I see a guy that's been in the game a long time, a lot of experience, and I value him a lot, and I've got to give him a lot of thanks for his effort and his time for me. It's been brilliant, and as has all the staff. David, the goalkeeping coach, young Lewis and Erin, who came in over the summer. They've been terrific, and like I say, it's a real team effort here. It's not about me or anyone else. It's about all of us. We're all in it together, and again, a lot of praise must go to the players. They've been superb, especially this season. They've been different class for the first day we come back for pre-season. You've
spoken about wanting to create an identity with the club, and that this season, do you feel you've really managed to get that going?
Yeah, well, when I first came in way back last year, it was a case of try to be more solid. Let's get a bit of confidence. Let's try and pick up points. We got off to a terrific start. Away at Kilmarnock, drawn 1-1 with the eventual league champions, and then we kind of took it on again in the first home game here against Dunfermline. We won 5-0, and that was really the catalyst. I think we'd went 7 games undefeated, and propelled ourselves into a position where we could now try and look above rather than look below. Although we never looking too far ahead because we knew the predicament that we were in. And listen, the main aim was to stay in the league, and we done that. We achieved that, and that was the most pleasing thing. And then obviously over the summer we've had to recruit a lot of players. Yeah, I'm not going to lie, it was tough at times. We didn't know where we were going to be, who we could get, who we couldn't get. There was a lot of ducking and diving, but again, myself and Andy, we took our time. We identified the players that we wanted, and we've not just done it in the windows. We've had to wait and do it out with that. And I think the boys that we've brought in have been brilliant. And again, it did take us a couple of months to get everyone gelled, but now you can see that everyone's fighting for the jersey.
You mentioned the Dunfermline game back when you first joined. How good was it to get that result under your belt and get the ball rolling?
Yeah, listen, it's important. Your home games need to be where you pick up maximum points as best you can in every game. But to get it so quickly in a convincing win, especially with a team directly above us, to put that statement out so early, and that kind of built the confidence. And then we went to Ayr the week after and won 2-0. So within 3 games, you picked up 7 out of 9 points, and you've pulled yourself away from where you could have been. And then again, listen, it was down to the players. Me and Andy can only speak and give them our thoughts on the game and how we want to go and try and beat the opponent, but they've then got to go and put the performance in, and listen, they've done that. And then as the season went on, we got further and further away, and listen, if we'd made top 6 it would have been unbelievable, but we were just delighted to finish where we did. And then we built again, like I said, over the summer.
Securing that safety towards the end of last season and keeping the good times coming into this season. Some important wins already this season. Hamilton at home, Inverness at home, and Partick the 2-1 game. You'll be pleased with that. Yeah,
listen, it's been great, and I must say a big thank you to the fans as well. I mention them all the time, but they've been terrific. And I think before I came in, there was a divide, and it was really important that we tried to get that divide back together as quickly as possible, and I think over time we've done that. I think there's now a real togetherness from everyone, the fans, the players, the board. I think everyone's pulling in the right direction now, and I think if you want to be successful as a football club, you need everybody singing from the same hymn sheet, and I think we're doing that now, and I think that's why we're getting the just rewards that we're getting. But on your question of the home form this season, I think it's been terrific. I think the only really game, and I know I keep going on about it, is obviously away at Partick, but the only one that's really upset me this season is at home to Arbroath. I don't think anybody turned up that day, and we eventually lost the game 2-1, and I think that's probably the poorest 90 minutes as a team we've played this season.
You spoke about the fans there. You coming in, you already had that connection from previous years, but was that something obviously you were keen to get across to the players to get that connection back?
Yeah, I think it's always important that there's a connection between the playing staff, the pitch, and the fans, because listen, we know how difficult it is for people to try and get to games nowadays with the situation going on in the world with cost of living, etc. And it's, listen, people spend their hard-earned cash. They deserve to be given a team that they can be proud of on the pitch, and I think they're getting that this season. And listen, all I ask most of the time is that players give 110%. Listen, we'll not always be great. We'll not always win games of football. But if you can at least show that you're giving 110% for the jersey, then fans will always back you.
For you personally, it's just your rookie year in management, 3 Manager of the Month awards, and a new contract as well. You've got to be delighted with that.
Yeah, but listen, at the end of the day, it's my job, Gareth. I've got to make sure that we're picking up points, or I'll not be in a job. Again, it's not about me. I don't ever like things to be about me. It's about the team, and like I say, it's the guys that are getting the rewards, and then they obviously bring rewards to myself and Andy. So we're just delighted as a staff that they're doing their best to pick up points for the football club, and at the moment we're in a good position, but we've got to keep that going if we want to be successful this season. Just looking at the contract extension, obviously having Andy sign on as well, how important was it to get that done? Yeah, I'm delighted that Andy's managed to get himself sorted for the next 2 years along with myself. Like I say, the first day I came in, he's been terrific for myself. He's got a real good relationship with all the players, which is also a really good bonus to have as well. But again, I know I keep saying it, but like I say, he's been terrific for me, and like I say, we're delighted to be working well together. Just finally now, looking ahead, what are your goals for the rest of the season? Just to win as many games as we can, Gareth. It's like I say, I never look too far ahead, because I know how football works. You start saying you're going to do X, Y and Z, and then it quickly falls apart. So we'll not get too above ourselves. We are just happy to be where we're at. We'll keep pushing as hard as we can. We'll take each game as it comes, and like I say, we'll see what comes by the end of the season.